Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you a quick little trick, I guess you could say. I am someone who finds concealed carrying very uncomfortable all the time, even though I'm decent size and I wear loose clothes and all that business. I still just don't like it. Don't do it very much, in fact. Sorry, I just don't. But anything bigger than like a Ruger LCP to me is just a gigantic pain to carry. Hate it. Very uncomfortable. And even the Ruger LCP I have problems with because it's just too big. You know, it prints in your pocket. I don't care what anybody says. Even this little thing, it prints in your pocket. It really does. And you can make out a clear gun shape in your pocket. And idiots on my last video will say things like, "Oh, stop wearing tight jeans." I don't wear tight jeans at all. I wear freaking Wranglers. You know, people on the internet are dumb. News at 11. Hold on, let me put the phone down 1 second. Sorry, I just needed to get a holster to demonstrate the next part. So yeah, it's just uncomfortable, and I even appendix carry. I can do appendix carry, and it's actually, you know, it's pretty comfortable. It's real comfortable, I guess. Pretty comfortable with the LCP standing up. Okay, but I need to be able to drive around. I live in a rural area, drive everywhere with it, and I can't like get it out when I get to my destination and then put it, you know what I mean? Then put it in my waistband and all this. You know, I can do that in a crowded Walmart parking lot or whatever. You know, you just can't do that. And what I find with appendix carry is, yeah, it's okay when I still wouldn't even call it incredibly comfortable, but it's okay when I'm just walking around. But you know, there's the problem of it's when I'm fat basically, and it pokes in my belly. I think even a skinny person, it would personally. And you know, it's just not comfortable when you're driving and you're sitting down. You know, and same thing. I tried it on my hip a little bit. Same problem. It's not comfortable to drive with. So that makes it useless because that means I have to. You know, I have to, whenever I reach my destination, I have to get the gun out and put it in my waistband somehow. And like I said, you just can't do that normally. You might be able to, but it just depends. So, and it's always good old pocket carry. And, but like I said, I don't care what anybody says, it prints, you know, and because it rides low, it prints. And you can tell it's a gun. It's shaped like a gun. All the holsters are shaped like a gun. I don't understand why people don't make holsters that break up the outline a little bit. So to that end, I got this holster, which I actually found is the best one. And I actually forgot the name of it, darn it. I know people like names in case you wanted to buy it. And I like this one because it does break up the print. That's its sole purpose. You can see the back of it's like this, and you put it in your pocket with this facing out. And it completely breaks up the print, you know, which is what I wanted because it prints. With any normal pocket holster that's not specifically designed like this one to break up the printing. There's a couple that are. I tried another one from I think DeSantis Nemesis, it may be something like that. It has kind of a flap over the outside, but I found the material on the flap is too loose, too weak, and so the gun still prints. Guess what? You know, this is actually like stiff enough material that it's not going to print. But what's the drawback to this one? It's bulky as heck. You know, it's big. It's not noticeable as a gun, but it's pretty noticeable. You know, it looks like you're carrying a big calculator or something in your pocket, you know. Or people might think it's a cell phone, except, you know, you probably might be playing on your cell phone at the same time or something. But nobody would think much of it because it's a nice square shape. At least for now, I have heard sometimes even these leather types of holsters do eventually start printing when they get soft, but you know. So yes, this actually works, and I do recommend it. It does completely break up the outline, so you know, I feel totally secure carrying it. But I would say you put it, like I said, you put it backwards, where this end is on the outside. But and then you know you learn to draw with like 2 fingers or whatever it is. Yeah, so I like this, but it's very bulky. I will say that, and that's a major problem. It's just not the most convenient thing in the world. So enter the new thing I figured out, but this is good. I do recommend it. I wish I had the name. It's somebody kind of a handmade. It's not like super big brand. Anyways, And it did cost about $50, I think, $50, which is kind of steep, maybe $45. But to me, it was the only holster that's made really that breaks up the outline of an LCP well. It's goofy, but there's a couple more that may be intended to do that, but they don't work. At least one of them I tried, the DeSantis, doesn't work. So, anyways, but back to this guy. Oh, so the key is, first key, and I find this really handy on my guns, is this clip. And you can find this clip on Amazon for like $25, which is kind of steep. You get one clip, but you get like 6 or 7 of these. How it works is there's like 3M aircraft adhesive strip on the bottom. So it's like really good, a little blue strip of adhesive. It's really good adhesive. You know, it's aircraft grade or however you want to say it. You put that on. It comes with 6 or 7 of the strips, so you can take it off later. You can move it around. You know, you can put it on different guns. That's a big plus to me. Because they also make a one that sometimes they make a few brands that are like purpose built for a gun. So for the LCP, I believe they have one that somehow fits in this pin here, or the pin fits in it. It comes with a screw that like replaces this pin or something weird like that. But you end up with something that's like hard locked. You know, it's never going to come off or anything like that. It's hard locked for the most popular guns. I think they have them. They have a few of these clip models that are, it's the same company and everything. But like I believe it has something to do with this pin. So it ends up, the pin fastens it completely to it. And it's locked. You know, it ain't going nowhere. I think they end up replacing the pin with a screw or a bolt or something. I don't even know how it works. So you can get these like hard wired into the gun, or you can get this kind. And the advantage of this is you can move it where you want. Like you could put it, I don't know, you could move it down to here, you know, the adhesive strip or whatever you wanted. And another big advantage to me is that you can take it off your gun and put it on your other gun or whatever you want, as long as you don't run out of the adhesive strips. Like I said, they give you like 6 or 7, I think. So you've got a few to play around with. And you might think that's not going to be sturdy, but believe me, it is. I mean, I have no qualms about this after having it. It really works. The adhesive sticks on there so good that it ain't coming off. You know, it is not coming off. Oh, and then you like put a metal strip on top of the adhesive. It's the second part, like of the mounting strip. You press that down real good so the adhesive, it's just an adhesive strip though. It's not like glue or something. And then you, with these little torque screws, or I don't know if it's torque, whatever you call those. I'll call them torque screws because I don't know what they're actually called. With these little torque screws, you then screw the top clip in, and then you're done. I have heard these screws can work out, and the last ones I had, the last mount I had, I did put the blue Loctite on it. These I haven't yet. I probably should, but that gets a little annoying because when I took them off, they were hard, and they actually broke one of my little wrenches because they were in there too thick. So I'm not sure if I'll re-torque them or not. If they start coming loose, I mean re-Loctite them or not. If they start coming loose, I probably will, but I don't think they have yet. So. And that's nothing I've experienced. I was just reading it in some of the comments of the user reviews on this product on Amazon. Like I said, it's a little pricey kind of for just what it is, $25. I mean, a little, but on the other hand, it's actually not very expensive. So anyway, so that gives you put that on there and you've got a clip on your gun. And I really like the clip in just so many ways because you'd be surprised how much bulk a holster really adds to your carry. If you're like me, you're just all about eliminating bulk and everything. This is like the ultimate way to carry. Now, I've heard some people are worried about, oh, if you appendix carry with this, your trigger is exposed. I don't know. I don't worry about it. Call me crazy. Especially with this LCP, which has a real heavy double action trigger. But just overall, I'm just not worried about the trigger being exposed. I don't see a scenario where I'm going to actually shoot myself. I mean, I guess I should worry a little, and I guess I am worried a little, but generally speaking, I'm not. So I guess that could be a downside if you don't like to appendix carry with your trigger exposed, and I know that some people don't, but I don't mind it. Yeah, so you can appendix carry this really easy with the clip. You just clip it in, the back side of your belt. I don't know how to explain it. You just clip it over your belt, or you can clip it over your jeans, actually, and your belt never comes into play, other than to hold your pants up. Yeah, so it's freaking great. It's absolutely, obviously, the least bulk you could possibly have on a quote-unquote holster type. It's not a holster, but you know what I mean. So it's fantastic, And once I started using it, it's almost hard to go back to any kind of holster, And I now also got one for my my 9mm, my what is it? Springfield Armory. What the heck's it called? Hellcat. Excuse my yawning. My Hellcat 9mm. I ordered another one, put it on that one because now it does have some downsides in it. Like when you're not, it's fine with just the clip on it normally. I noticed earlier tonight my slide is wobbling just a little on this. I don't think it matters. In fact, I'm kind of glad it's loose in a way because it probably has to function better. But there's just a little wobble that's developed in my slide. No big deal. What was I blabbering about? Oh yeah, this clip. Looks like I didn't quite line it perfect, but anyways. Oh, and you can take the clip off, by the way. They give you instructions. You just take a small flathead screwdriver, and you just basically start prying it off from the top edge, and it will come off. I've taken them off too. And, it's not easy, but it will come off, and it won't rip the finish off this is just plastic, but, it won't hurt your gun or anything like that. And I believe you can use, like, alcohol to clean off any little bit of residue, which really there ain't any anyway. But, so I really like these. There is a downside that they kind of make it harder to holster, see, because they add in that little. So it's kind of like, to an extent, you're going to be using a holster or the clip, but not as much both. Or if you just mainly are going to only use a holster, then I don't know if you necessarily want the clip. It's like you kind of almost have to decide, not really, but kind of have to decide between clip or holster, and that's the way you have to go with it, And if you're going to use holster all the time, then you'll just take the clip off because it adds some side-to-side bulk. Like, for example, this holster, it'll still fit, though. That's the thing of it. It just makes it bulkier, though. Let's see. See, it still fits fine in there. It's just a little thicker and not ideal. But, this is actually a holster for an LCP2 as well, so it may not be the exact correct dimensions. You can see it works okay. It's just not ideal with that clipping. And same for any other. But like a regular waist holster, it's even less of an issue because, they're more loose than a carry holster. But it is a little bit of a issue with holsters. Not much of one, but, like I said, you kind of want to go one way or the other with it and go clip most of the time or holster most of the time. Not both, so to speak. But you can do both, like I said, at least on a lot of holsters. Okay, all that, and I have the 8-round or the 7-round magazine on this gun, which I love because it does reduce the concealability a little, but this gun is still so small. And with 7 rounds in the magazine and 1 in the chamber, you've got 8 rounds of 380. That's not bad for such a tiny package. And it gives you a place for your second finger on the grip. And I really like how Ruger's done it, where the magazine is like part of the gun assembly. It's just a nice little touch. Just makes everything more professional and cool. And you know what I mean? So it's really, but there is the flush fit 6-round magazine as well, which actually would help in the carry example I'm about to show you, because I'm about to show you why. Okay, now on to how I do this. I'm going to put the phone down, do it, and then bring the video back. Here's what I'm going to do. You just clip it to the top of your pocket. That's all I'm doing right now. And they're done. There it is in. It's clipped into the top of my pocket. See it? And you can sort of put it where almost nothing shows except like the corner of the top of the gun, really. See how that is? Like almost nothing's showing. And all it is clip right there. It's so nice, so light, just amazing. Then you put your shirt over it, and this is an extremely thin shirt, by the way. Most of my shirts just random. Look, you can see my fingers through there. Most of my shirts are much thicker than this, right? So this is just an odd one, but I still like the shirt. So, but there. I mean, I can't really show it too well, but you can't see it at all. Honestly, you cannot. You can move around, you can do whatever. You cannot see that at all with a baggy, loose shirt like I typically wear. And I just love it for so many reasons. Like I can't even, like for one thing, there's no printing at all because it's up high. The printing happens when the gun is like down in the waistband. Even with a loose shirt on, I guarantee this would be printing normally. Because the gun would be down here, and it would just print. Just trust me. But when it's up here, it's up high on my pocket. It doesn't print at all, because yes, there's like a barrel there, but you can't really tell at all. I don't know how to explain it. It just doesn't print. And let me tell you, this is like the ultimate. And another thing, now one drawback of this is, like if you were kind of see, it doesn't work so good with certain shirts, all right? Basically, if you wear the wrong like shirt pants combo, I don't know how to explain it, then your shirt will kind of ride too high and it becomes not really as feasible because the gun will kind of maybe peeking out a little here and there or whatever. But most of my shirts it works with. Most of my shirts and pants combos it works with. It may have something to do with how high the pants pocket is too. I don't know. Most of my shirts and pants combos it works great with. So there was like one I tried once that it didn't. But and let me tell you about this concealed carry method. This is the ultimate. This is so, take the gun back out. It is so comfortable. You don't even feel it. You don't even notice it. I mean, people say that a lot. They over-exaggerate. Like, oh, the LCP is so small. You don't even notice it. If you got a bulky holster in your pocket carrying, you do notice this. You know. Well, actually, that's not true. Because I have pocket carry and I actually forgot I had it. One time I was in the grocery store. And it was before I got my concealed carry permit, so it could have been bad news. And I reached for my wallet and only my gun was there. I literally had forgot from taking it from the house, forgot it was there. That was a little embarrassing. I had to go out to my car and get my wallet, but nobody ever noticed I had a gun in there but me, you know. But anyway, just to say, I guess you can forget about this gun pocket carrying too. But let me tell you, in your pocket like that, it is the ultimate easiest carry you will ever see. I mean, all you've got is the weight of the gun, so it's like 11 ounces or whatever it weighs loaded. It is just, you can, remember I was talking earlier about how I don't like appendix carry because it sticks into my stomach when I'm driving and stuff. There is nothing of that. It's like as comfortable as just having nothing or like a phone or something maybe in your pocket when you're driving. Like you don't even notice it when you're driving. It is amazing as far as concealment and comfort. It does not get any better. Like I said, there could be some issues like if your shirt rides up, if you're going to do something like really active where your shirt's going to be like all over or riding up or whatever, maybe that could be an issue. But like I showed you, you can fit your pocket around you to the point where like just this little triangle is kind of sticking up, you know? And it could be like a knife. People would just see the clip on the outside, but it honestly could pass for a knife or a lot of, if you're not just completely out there with it, even if somebody catches a glimpse of it, it's probably fine because it's, you know, they just might think it's a knife or not know exactly what it is, but it doesn't immediately register as a gun, probably. So yeah, even if people catch a glimpse of it here and there, it's probably fine in that scenario. You saw how deep you can put it in your pocket. You know, where only the top of this clip is in this, like basically just this corner is visible almost. But if you're wearing a loose shirt and a long shirt, it easily covers it, you know. And like I said, I just can't. I guess it wouldn't work if you're a businessman and you tuck your shirt in all day. Okay, it's not for you. I don't pretty much ever tuck my shirt in, so not a problem for me. But you know, if you're, like I said, you're a businessman or something and you wear a tuck shirt in all day, then it's obviously never gonna work for you. But if you wear loose shirts all the time like me, and mostly the time you're wearing t-shirts, it's freaking great. Like I said, just by far in all my years of searching, the ultimate carry method for that, you know, that I've found. You know, it's amazing. It's like you're not carrying anything, literally. And people say that all the time about different methods, but they're never true. But this one it is. And yeah, like I said, the only downside is if you're doing like lumberjacking or, you know, you're doing something really physical where, you know, your shirt's going to be up a lot, or, you know, you're going to be bending over all that. You know, that might be a little issue or whatever. But other than that, it is nice. And I've been doing some selling on, Facebook Marketplace and stuff lately of some like PlayStation 5s and things. And I'll take you in-person meet on these things. You know, you'll meet at a crowded parking lot or something, like it's best practices. You don't meet at your house so they don't know where you live. especially because you don't want to return it if they decide they don't want it later. but so yeah, you always meet at a crowded Walmart or something like that, and you're dealing with $700, $900 consoles, and you never know what punk could be trying to rob you. It's a famous thing if you're still in person. Well, a person's going to meet up and rob you, whatever. So even though it's not a big deal, I don't really expect that to happen or anything. I always do like to carry, concealed carry those times. And I've been concealed carrying this with this method, on my selling trips to meet people. And, it works just as amazing as you expect. It's perfect, So, yeah, I have actually been using it, and it's great. Another thing I was going to say is in this case, actually, the flush fit mag probably would work better because, I didn't show you trying to put it in my pocket, but it kind of does barely fit in my pocket lengthwise. It depends on the pants. Again, I have different pants with different pockets, so they're all a little different, but some of them it's like barely fitting this way. I think some of it actually can't, but if you put the flush fit grip in, you're losing like, half an inch or whatever, 3/4 of an inch from this, and it gets just that much more concealable, like it's not concealable enough as it is. And you're only losing one round. You go down from six in the mag and 1 in the chamber, 7 from 7 in the mag, 1 in the chamber, 8. Not the end of the world. But yeah, that's I may actually try to put a link. I never put links in the description like YouTubers always say, but I don't even know if I can. That may be some kind of feature because I know I can't get paid for like Amazon affiliate links, which I don't care about. I just want to put the link in there. You have to have a certain number of subscribers and whatnot, like 1,000 subscribers. You have to be in their partner. You have to be like in YouTube's partner program, I think, to get affiliate marketing links. Not just anyone can do it. But and I can't, obviously. But I don't know if I can still just put the link in there anyway, just to help people out or whatever. I probably won't because I'm lazy. But you can just go on Amazon and search like gun clip or something. It would probably be one of the top results. Look for the one that's got like 50. This is very popular, I guess. It has like 50,000 user reviews or something, or maybe 20,000, or maybe even 5,000. But it has a ton. A lot of people buy this. It's very popular. Well rated, as soon as I saw that it had like 4.5 stars, I knew it was good quality and that it actually worked and everything. It's like $25, which is just a tiny bit steep. I wish it was like 15, but you can't complain at all for a fully new carry method, So yeah, that's just like I said, just search like gun clip or something. I forgot the name of it, but on Amazon, and I'm sure you'll find it.